wonderful voice can be heard. If it still doesn't work, then I really do not know what to tell you. I'm just as sad and disappointed as you are. Trust me. But it looks like so far no one's joined. I should text somebody to go and jump on Facebook and just join this. I need to put this paintbrush in. So someone can get on. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it's all nothingness, hopefully you can hear. If you can't, it'd be great if you say something. Yeah! Hell yeah, you can hear me. Gosh, all right, cool. Sweet. I had to change some settings I didn't think I had to change. They were other settings. I don't understand settings. I don't understand changing things. Why can't everything just work the way I want it without me having to try anything different or new or blah, 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 blah. So we're done with the jacket. That's past. What you don't know is that I was painting it to for some white spots that had gotten on it. So I was greenwashing the jacket. It's like whitewashing, but not, whatever. Anyways, I fixed the jacket. There were some paint scuffs. Blah. So that's over now. That's over. We're past it. We've moved on with our lives. And by moving on, I mean we're just doing something completely different. There's a piece of plastic, and like I need to grab a few other pieces of plastic. I also need to grab this stuff. Check that out. Isn't that awesome? Green! God bless America. All right, I need to grab this bad boy right here, this right there, and we almost have everything we need, except for, and I do believe this is the last thing we're missing, and that's literally a mellow yellow bottle that I had somewhere around here. But we can do so much work without. Hello, Jamie. How are you? That's a waving hand. Yeah, cool. I'm not blind. Awesome. I'm glad we got most things figured out. And now we need a mellow yellow bottle. I had it. I know because I used it for a different prop. Ah, there it is. Huzzah. There we go. I really like the view of this mellow yellow bottle. I really do. I really do like it. But I feel like it's a bit too big, for what I'm going to be going for on the side of this new prop. What is the prop exactly? Well, blah, this is it. So far, this is it. I need to sand it down a little bit more. It's got this little hole. Okay, on the other side, you can actually kind of tell. Yeah, you can see it. All right, cool. So what do we do with this? So this has kind of something to do with this. And they all kind of go together. So this is going to go on my shoulder. This is going to go on my forearm. And then we're going to put something here. All right, cool. I thought that was maybe like a private message saying, yo, bro, we can't see you. So, really cool. We're going to put this guy here to act as a handle. And in the way we're going to do this is by putting that green film stuff I showed you earlier, because you pay attention. I know you did. So I'm going to put that over top of this, which will also, in a way, secure this there, which is fantastic. But really, I'm going to wrap this in its own green stuff, so that way we can just cover the entire thing, as in wrapping this little handle here in its green stuff, because everything needs to be translucent green. If you haven't gotten the theme with Green Lanterns, they make constructs, but they're not solid constructs. They are using some weird figment, light, whatever. So they are made out of light and willpower and imagination. So nothing is just a color green. It is all, oh wow, the camera just, I wonder if I can get the camera to shift again. No, I can't. All right, cool. Everything is slightly translucent green. That's just the way it is. I've cut out a pseudo Green Lantern symbol so far. I need to take this little middle part out. That is going to go on top of the shoulder piece as kind of a, I don't know. So what I'm making is a armored arm. and it's going to be just like a construct. Like I made one arm completely armored with like a little gun thing on the end. So the construct, in a lot of the comics, they have the Green Lantern Corps symbol on a lot of their constructs. So I usually was trying to figure out a cool way to put that on, and this is what I came up with. We need to cut out the middle. So what we're going to do is take this bad boy on a really low setting, because when it's really high, it will melt the plastic instead of just cut through it. So if it's like on 30 or something, it's just going to go so fast through the plastic, it's going to melt it, which is not good for a couple of reasons. Melted plastic is really hard to get off because it dries or cools almost instantly, and then it's just still hard, rigid plastic. If I just do it very lightly, I can just cut mostly a pretty good circle with this, because the blade is almost as wide as the hole itself, so I'll be able to cut a decent square and then clean out the inside with some sandpaper sanding tool like this again. Again, not too high because we don't want to cut the plastic. So, where were we? Mask. That is what we need when we're cutting things. All right. So we're going to set it on about 15. That should be a fair, pretty good place to stop. There we go. Look at that, a pretty rough cut, but I am okay with that. Everything's got to be a little rough before it can be a little smooth. We're going to exchange the head for a standing head. We did not actually need this. The standing head is already out and about. Really cool. So it works. We need the X-Acto knife for just a quick second in order to, well, there it is. Right as I give up on trying to find the X-Acto knife is normally when I find it. So we're going to cut off a couple of the little bits I didn't quite fully get here in the plastic. All right, there it is. And right there is, for the most part, our Green Lantern symbol. What's up, Boo? Don't call me Boo, bro. No, I'm just messing with you. Right now, we're working on some Green Lantern constructs for Gardner. Costume I myself am very, very excited about. All right. Bow. Do. Uptown. Don't do what? Uptown. I really shouldn't even bother with cleaning out the inside too much. But I just want to give myself a little better of an idea of what I'm working with here. So you can see the nose. All right. Taking ourselves seriously. We're professionals. Yeah. You got to tell me how that is, because I have a PS4, but also new video games, new AAA video games are $60. And that's it. That's my only excuse. Like, Spider-Man's a cool character, and I really enjoyed the web slinging and stuff and all the other games I had for, like, PS2. And I can't really say I'm ready to pay $60 to play as Spider-Man. There's a lot of hype for this game, and I really do want to. I'm interested in the story, but I don't like Spider-Man enough for $60. If it was like a $30 game, I would be all up in that, and I would be playing the heck out of it. But like, I don't know. I got tired of paying $60 for video games after a while. Like Marvel vs. Capcom 4, a game I was actually really excited about. I didn't even buy right away. I waited until Black Friday when it was $40. $40 is a really good price for AAA games. But I can't get behind $60. No, dude, I bet it does. I bet it does. They really talk about getting the web sling in there. I want to know. I want to know everything I can about it. But like, I can live vicariously through other people playing the game, but I myself am gonna just wait on it. Just gonna wait. Gonna wait for a bit. All right, cool. I'm gonna see how much standing I can do on this guy. All right, we're gonna take a quick break to clean up the inside of this. No, it's hard. It's a hard game. So like, I want games to be challenging and I want them to be good, but more or less, I'm not a gamer in the way that I want it to try to beat something that's really hard. I just kind of want to play the story, you know. I want that character to make the decisions I want to make. I want, you know, obviously I want it to be difficult. I don't want it to just be easy. But I mean, more than anything, I just want to play the game, you know. That's why Dark Souls, like, there is a story, but no one talks about the story of Dark Souls. Like, I rarely ever hear when people start talking about Dark Souls, talking about the amazing lore and story. They mostly just say, man, Dark Souls was hard. How about that one boss, though? Oh, you haven't beat that boss? You need to go to this place to get yourself a better weapon that's like the counter to that boss. Maybe you should try being more agile. Like, there's a way to beat every boss, you know, without armor, bro. You just gotta roll and do, like, I don't play video games to just play with, like, a controller. I play video games to, like, have fun, you know? And Dark Souls is not fun. So just stupid hard games, I'm just like, why would I play this if I'm not having fun? That's what it's about, man, having fun. But yeah, Hey, what setting do you have it on, Seth? Because if you got it on like a medium or whatever setting, me personally, I toss that on easy and just roll with the punches. And like hard, is the web slinging difficult? What I also I'm semi curious about, I guess. That would be the only part I'd be really. Oh, you just got it on normal. Okay, well, I'm trying to give you credit, dude. Just take it like, yeah, I've got it on the hardest setting, you know. Just roll with it. But all right, got it on normal. I feel you. I feel you. Bro, I was hyped about Shaq Fu. Now that's a game I can get behind. Short enough for me to complete it in like a week, you know, with playing like 30 minutes a day, you can pretty much beat a level. And then the story was hilarious, the dialogue is funny. The gameplay is 100% repetitive, but all the bosses were different in their own way, so it made it interesting. Like Shaq Fu, that's what I can get behind, and it was only $30. Web seeing extra emote in the game was good. Okay, that alone, that might be worth $60. I'm not gonna lie. Oh man, I love me some finger guns. Oh my gosh, seriously, that okay. That made me go from like maybe if I get it, maybe if someone gives it to me, gives the game to me for Christmas or whatever, to like I might buy that on Black Friday. Yeah, I might. Then again, I still have Street Fighter Five, and I haven't beat the story to that yet. So, dude, walk down the street with the emo, do the emo hair flip. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would live for that, man. Oh my gosh, that would be glorious, dude. If I can do the emo hair flip with finger guns, obviously no hair flips to get the mask on the entire time. Is there? Okay, this is my one question. Is there any gameplay as like Peter Parker? Like you got to quit being Spider-Man, and you got to like go do a story mission as like Peter Parker getting J. Jonah Jameson something. Like, is there anything like that you've encountered yet? I know they haven't shown it really in any gameplay, but they have said that Peter Parker is the Spider-Man who's under the mask. It's not Miles or anybody. Also, they have like the Amazing Spider-Man suit and a few other DLC suits. That would be really cool. I would like to be the original like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man throughout that entire game. Just started. Okay. Well, if it ever gets to any like Peter Parker, you know, get Aunt May some salsa missions like that, I'm all for it. You know, really, what I like in video games is when you can try to be a normal person. Because even though it's like you got a video game, why don't you just be a superhero? You know, like you're a superhero, go do superhero stuff. I want the option to be a superhero, but I want to do normal people stuff, like literal errands for some reason. That's what I want. Like in GTA, when you really want to screw around, you drive the speed limit, you know, and you pretend that it's a normal day, and then once you fooled your brain into thinking this environment is normal, you shoot something up. I am making, here we go, a see-through little Green Lantern thing. So this is going to go on a prop for Guy Gardner that I'm making right now. Ah, what? Okay, that hurts. Ooh man, that's good. That's good though. So yeah, I'm gonna be making a kind of. This is gonna be like a shoulder pauldron, and I want the Green Lantern insignia to be on the shoulder pauldron. Just to answer that question. Second, that is hilarious. That should be like. That's so rough. That's so terrible. Obviously, this is way past that. But like, can you imagine if they have like a graveyard somewhere in the game and you can visit Uncle Ben's grave. That'd be hilarious. And they just have the voice actor just record some really, really depressing voice lines. That'd be awesome. I would love it so much. So like, oh, I kind of want to take a picture of the Green Lantern construct I already have made, but I'm gonna wait till the convention before I debut that. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Okay. I'm sold. Spider-Man Game of the Year. It actually is probably gonna win Game of the Year though. Like, I don't think like the amount of hype on this Spider-Man game alone should make it win Game of the Year. I'm so excited. Not really. I don't know, man. And I don't play video games that much anymore. I really wish I did, but I don't. Sexy girl. The only bad thing about Spider-Man is you can't do the keyboard memes. You can't say press F because there is no F on a PlayStation. You gotta press X. I want this to be as perfectly circular as possible because Green Lantern constructs are perfect because they come right from the imagination. So there's no like building mistakes or scratches or whatever on them, you know? Like that's just the way it is because that's the way I imagined it. Like that's how Green Lantern constructs are. So I'm trying to get this as straight as I can. Not straight, obviously it's a freaking circle, but I mean, you know what I mean. You know what I meant. You know what I meant. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. So like the Spider-Man 2 game for PlayStation 2 is like probably the most known nostalgia one. There's one on GameCube. I don't know if that was the same game, but on a different just platform. It was also really good. But for me, the Spider-Man game that I really grew up with was Spider-Man Friend or Foe, which is really weird because like there is no web slinging in that. It's just level after level of enemies, and then you actually join with the villains to fight. Your first villain in Friend or Foe was Doctor Octopus. You teamed up with the Prowler also in your first whatever. So like Friend or Foe was awesome because like you and your brother would both play. That's what I liked. That's what I liked was Friend or Foe. I never actually played a Spider-Man game with web slinging. Played it at somebody's house for a bit, but never. Dude, Friend or Foe was great. I seriously do. I liked it a lot, especially because I liked Harry Osborn in those first 3 Spider-Man movies a lot. So when you beat the game and you got to play as New Goblin, New Goblin was like my all-time favorite character in any of those movies. New Goblin was freaking awesome, dude. And I'm not just saying that because now I can't think of his name. You know the actor. He's a super famous guy. He was in a movie with Seth Rogen a few years ago. I don't know. He's a good guy though. He's funny. It's James. James something? Is that the actor's name? I feel like it was a J. I can't think of it, man. Oh, dude. I like Spider-Man stuff. It would be great if they did Peter Porker for like a little bit of it. James Franco. Ah, man, knew it. All right, James Franco. Couldn't get that Franco part, man. That's rough. That's rough, buddy. Like it looks really circular to you guys. Now it looks rough once you see the black on it. Franco. Yeah, okay. Now everybody's answer is piling in with James Franco. Yes, yeah, James Franco. That's what I'm thinking of. The delay is bad. I know. James Franco was amazing as Harry Osborn. He's probably one of the greatest. Harry Osborn is voiced by HeroClix celebrity Scott Porter in this new Spider-Man game, which I guess is another reason to buy it, now that I think about it. I'd forgotten that he was in it. So I'm going to do very light work on the inside with this. Okay. I was thinking he was in at least one, the one where they go to North Korea. Like, I knew he was in that, but I honestly don't watch Seth Rogen movies. Is that a genre of movie? Like, I consider Adam Sandler movies as like pretty much its own genre because we get one every once in a while. I don't want to pay $60. Seth. If we get more money on the Patreon, you don't have to. Obviously, you give enough. Good Lord, you're already a blessing in disguise. But like, if we get some more money on the Patreon, then I'll buy. That's it. That's gonna be the title of the next episode. Help us not create better content, but you know what? I don't even want to hear that because out of my own pocket, stoner movies. There you go. I can deal with that. So like super bad and stuff. But out of my own wallet, I go and buy this. You're welcome. Gosh. And I haven't been able to film an episode with it yet. But like out of my own pocket, not even PayPal money or whatever money, This is what podcasting is about, all right? I did that because I love you guys and I'm tired of how I sound. You would think it's from your donations alone, but those donations, like most of them, are barely getting us for the $25 it costs for Podbean. Like, that's the only bad thing about it. Like, realistically. Yeah, I know. I sounded terrible. But, like, really, those donations, especially since somebody recently changed their Patreon, we're making about $22 a month on donations, but it costs $23 for Podbean. $25 for Podbean. So we're about $3 under in the bank right now, but we're also getting, we're not paying for any HeroClix, even though I still am. Like, I'll be like, I really need this item, so I'll just go buy it without making a big $100, because you have to make the orders $100 at a time. It's the only bad part. It is, dude. Podbean's, if it didn't automatically upload to just everywhere, I would be really angry. I want to try to get us on Spotify, but there are even podcasts way bigger than us that aren't getting on Spotify. So I don't know. I'll have to see. I want more people to be able to enjoy it. No, Seth, don't do that. Don't do that. We have 650 people that like the Facebook page. If each of those people gave not even $1, gave 50 cents, which isn't an option, obviously, but then we would be making bank out of our ears, right? Like, just seriously, if every single listener, let's say we just get 50 people that consistently listen to us every week. If they gave us $1, if every single listener gave us $1, I don't even like it when people donate. Okay, cool. So I won't feel bad then because they're the worst. They're tough. But like, seriously, if we had 50, I guarantee we have at least 50 consecutive listeners who listen to it at the start every single week. Because I myself, before I was on the podcast, would forget about the community question, would maybe get it at least once a month, right? And I would send an email maybe every 3 or so months. So I wasn't like a great listener, right? But I listened to it every week, like religiously. I loved Dialects for HeroClix before I was on it, and I thought it was great. I loved it. It was a great show, and I still feel like we keep that same. I'm talking like this has basically become right, yeah. Like give $1. Like I started since last year. I've said I'm just going to give, even though I'm a HeroClix content creator. And maybe some people don't believe that other creators should fund other creators, but I honestly think if you're doing good work and I'm listening, like using it, So like I give $1 to Rule of Three, I give $1 to I think Happy Little Hero Clicks, and if I don't, I need to update that. And I give a lot more than $1. Yeah, a lot more than $1 to Mr. Clicks because I've always loved James' videos. That's okay, Seth. That's okay. That's okay. Ah, that hurt a lot. So I cut my finger, a very tiny cut, but it's super deep, and I clapped, and that hurt like hell. I clapped, and somewhere, you already know what I was gonna say, Seth. You already know. I'm gonna try to clean out the inside of this a little bit better, and that'll just help us make the viewers think of topics that aren't necessarily my podcast related. But for everybody else, go to iTunes or Podbean and go to Dial H for HeroClix and leave a 5-star review. Even if you don't listen to the podcast, even if you don't like it, just leave a 5-star review. Because the last review we had was like way last year. So just go leave a 5-star review, everybody. Go do it. Not now if you're on your phone, but like if you're on your computer, go do it on your phone. But if you're on your phone right now, just wait till this is over. So right now, I'm still working on the cool symbol. That's gonna go on the cool shoulder pad. That's gonna be connected to the really cool gun arm thing that we're working with. But right now, I'm gonna clean out the inside. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah, give me money too. Give me money. Give me money. All right, so that's all the Dremel work I want to do for now. It's getting really close to round, so I'm going to clean it up with the knife again. So I did not buy a ruler yet because, now you see, I'm going to be honest, and here's the honest answer. I'm lazy. That's the honest answer. I mean, physically, I'm gonna have to physically break one of my plastic rulers before I buy a metal one. Like, that's the way my brain works. As long as I have something, even though I'm gonna keep accidentally nicking it and literally shaving ends off the plastic ruler, and it's gonna make my edges not straight. Even though I know that in my brain, I still have a ruler, so why would I buy another ruler? Even though obviously it's better. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Like, if you. And also, I want more money. Like, that's a really weird thing to say, but like, I want to put more money into my bank account before I buy stuff. Because for this costume alone, I guarantee I've spent like $80 on the jacket. Was too much. Yeah, I'm lazy. I'm lazy. That's the honest answer. Some things I'll get done right away, but other things, I'll honestly, I added that ruler to my cart, and then I couldn't figure out anything else to buy on Amazon to get free shipping. And I forgot. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot and I'm lazy. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty funny. Oh, wow. Wow, look at all these comments. All of a sudden, I'm getting a ton of comments on the Facebook page, and they're starting to pop up on my phone. I really hate that I have to own the Messenger app. Not just the Messenger app, but also I need to own the Facebook page manager app, which is super freaking annoying. Because basically, just like Messenger, it will give you a little red one on the in the Facebook app. It'll give you a notification for anything that happens on your page, and it will also give you the same notification on the Messenger app. But I can't actually check the messages my page gets unless I have the Facebook page manager app, and it's annoying. Because rarely ever, because you don't need to go to that app to post on your Facebook page. I do. I have to have 3 apps to run one, technically 2 pages, but I have to have 3 apps to run a Facebook page, which is ridiculous. You know? Not to mention, I need to have Podbean downloaded just to check if I want to check it on mobile. Right? So I need Podbean downloaded. I need to have I guess Notes already is on the phone. You already use Notes anyway, so that's not a big deal. You can choose to remove the podcast app, but I would never do that because I already listen to podcasts. But so yeah, you need like 3, 4 episode things to run the freaking Facebook page. Dude, and I was doing something for 2 hours this morning, and then I get to my phone and it's like you missed whatever HeroClix previews for Battle Worlds. And WizKids themselves doesn't even share their own previews they've given to other people until like the day after. So when people are like, "Hey, you didn't get this up," or when they message me on Facebook, like, "Hey, bro, are you gonna put these up there?" And you've done that too, but like I've actually missed it sometimes. But if I don't get it out right away, it's awesome to have a heads up. But just so you know, WizKids themselves freaking doesn't. You see, that looks all right to you guys, like that looks really good, but to me, there's so many little problems with it. I'm gonna take sandpaper and just go around it like that. Okay, I'm sorry, that was weird. Let's never talk about that again. All right, cool. I don't know where my sandpaper is. That's life. That is life. This is the little piece of paper version. They call that an original copy, by the way, in case you wanted to know. Sandpaper! This sandpaper has too few grits, which is terrible to use when you're trying to make something smooth. That will make it rough. Fun fact. The only thing that matters in sandpaper is the amount of grits it has. I don't know if grits is the actual term to use, but I call it grits. That is exactly what I was looking for, Seth. Thank you. That was 80 grits, 80 bits, 80 grits. Sword. All right. Sorry, I really just like that sword. I should have some solid 120 around here somewhere. But even though I was using it yesterday, do I know where it is today? No, of course not. Good Lord, why would I ever be that organized? Ugh. Now I just have to retrace my steps and figure out. The literal hieroglyphs map, though. I know, it's not very interesting to watch me mess around in my shop because of how completely unorganized I am. And I would try to lie to you and tell you there's like some system or some bullshit like that. But just for a fact, I have no system at all. There's oh shoot, there it is. It's on the ground, obviously. This is where I would lie about having some kind of flashback to, yes. What is it, 11 o'clock for you? Ice cream cake. Too much frosting, not enough body on the cupcake. I guess it depends on the cupcake, but I would go with the ice cream cake almost every time. A nice, slow-acting sweet that helps you for the end of the day. Calms the mind. Oh yeah, baby. We're getting nice and smooth. That's because I know you, bro. I love you. We're bros, bros. Tell the whole world we're bros, bros. We're bros. Why'd you whisper it, bro? Because you're my whole world, bro. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. How was the birthday? Obviously, ice cream cake. That's always a plus. Can't remember the last time I had cake. That's yeah. But man, ice cream cake. That's beautiful. Bro. I gotta try to, these comments don't automatically come in. I've got to scroll. I gotta wait till I see the little bar make space so I can scroll down, which really sucks because sometimes I don't notice it for a while, which is already bad because sometimes that is smooth right there. Here's the thing, like, I'm gonna be wearing this, and the only people that's gonna notice this is the judge, right? The cosplay judges. Everybody else in the world. See, if I wasn't making this, I'm just, yeah, it doesn't matter. Working the 14-hour day doesn't sound awesome, but everything else, I can go with that. That's pretty great. The thing about sanding is you're basically gonna say you die. This needs to be curved more. No, this needs to be curved. Oh, sorry. Whoops, this needs to be curved more. I don't know. I'm gonna get crazy doing this, but I love it. Wow. Well, a man's gotta do what a man's got to do. Super Light Man, here he comes to save the day. You can't see? Your building's gone dark. Well, don't worry, there's still hope. There's still a spark. Because here he is, a great man and a super fan. Seth Aaron is here with his rock solid plan to save the day at public school 30 Nan. Solid rhyme. So don't worry. He's your man. Yeah, we're just gonna end it there. Because There's not enough AN. Ooh, that is so smooth. Oh my gosh. Ah, I'm so smooth. I'm so good at everything I do. All right. By the time I see his comments, he might just be replying to the weird rhyme thing. That's the worst about the videos. I think it's about 30-second delay. Oh. So that is much, and that's just way less cool than I was hoping for. Technically, that's the lunch lady's fault, if you ask me, right? Like kid clogs the toilet, that's their bad. Or it's pure stupidity. Never mind. If that's like to stab holes in dip cans and then flush them. You live in a different world than mine, my friend. That's a much that's I would have never thought. I guess yes, the spinning would cause it to come out holes in the side, I imagine. And I guess that would look cool, but also there's the entire can. You're wasting, so if you're that's waste, that's just so wasteful. It costs $5 or more for a can of dip. Oh, it's just so they sink? That's just stupid. That's like a toddler putting action figures or cars in a toilet. Just to oh my gosh. I can't say I envy you, but it's a job that needs doing, and you're the man to do it. That's so dumb. I'm sorry. The more I think about it, they're empty. Then what? Ah, what's even cool about it? I I give up, man. That's high school student. What an idiots. Idiots. I realized I haven't sanded the outside. I'm gonna sand the outside now. Ah, I slipped with the sandpaper and caused a very small hairline. Whatever. Darn it. I mean, it wasn't long ago that I was in high school, but that is so that is so stupid. That is just so dumb. Idiocracy. That's just stupid. Hey, making that money though. That's what it's about. And like enjoying your workplace and all that jazz. What making money is. I'm sanding. That's what I've been doing for the past 45 minutes, pretty much. So hopefully no one's bored yet. And I'm, sort of conversing, trying to keep track of this gray bar, rolling down when I can. I don't want to get the sandpaper too much on the edge because then it will scrape the plastic. And even if it is very high grit sandpaper, any type of scrape will basically mess up the semi-clear. Like you really can't tell that there are scrapes in this, but when you really start looking at it, you're like, there's a nick there, one little scrape there. But once I put the green sheeting over it, the green, like this sheeting, can't quite tell it's green. Wait, put it on the white. Yeah, whatever. It's green. Trust me. Once I put that on, you should be able to tell that it's not scraped. Hopefully. That's the plan. Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme. There it is. Get it up again. Beauty and the Beast. That is the stupidest thing that I have ever heard. No, that really is. That's dumb. That's just dumb. This side's almost fully smooth. Smoother than a baby's bottom. We're at 50 minutes though. I've been sanding for pretty much a straight 50 minutes. So we're probably gonna let you go at about an hour here. It's 10:05 my time. And I've got a date with some burgers after this, even though I really have a date with anybody at this point. Yeah, not really, ladies. I'm not on the market. Mostly because I like money. If you haven't noticed about this entire thing, I like money. I'm not going to attempt to say that word, Seth, because there's a lot of things I don't know about in this life. And whatever that is, I do not know what it is. Just so you know. I'm homeschooled. I didn't have a public education. And the more I hear about it, I thank Jesus Christ that I did not have a public school education. Because it's still a farm town. I imagine there's still enough rednecks here, but I don't like stupid crap. Beauty and the Beast, yeah, man. If James was hairier, he's got a beard going on. I guess, yeah, no, I can see it. I will take that back. I can see it. I can see it. I was gonna doubt for a bit, but I was more used to seeing him with lighter stuff. But now he's kind of got a good amount going, so I can see it. You got to get him in like that 17th century ascot coat, blue and yellow thing the Beast wears. Make your kids be like the clock and the candle. I don't know their names. So what I really wanted to do, and this is what I've been thinking about for a really long time, is do a. All right, I'm gonna look at this. It's an old disease. We all have it that lies dormant in us, like the flu or. Okay, I will. Tuberculosis or whatever the hell it's called. Back to my other train of thought. Speaking of James, speaking of Mr. Clicksflix in a costume, ever since I went in March to a tournament and happy little hero clicks, Devin, he joked about buying a Hela costume and that he would wear it, which is funny because he's a dude, you know. So like, ever since then, I thought, what if we did a HeroClix calendar, and every month we're content creators wearing costumes, right? Stay with me here. It would be like Chris and I, but he's Gold Balls and I'm Kite Man, you know? You know, I'm obviously more of a Captain America guy, but I think just the characters that we like, that we joke about probably the most on the podcast are Kite Man and Gold Balls for him. So I was thinking the calendar would be like, you know, Dial H for HeroClix Monday morning or Sunday night, new episode comes out. You know, Monday nights, what is it? Not Clickstuff. It's the ones on YouTube. Married with Clicks. Killer Mothman. Boom. I was like, you said Mothman. Okay. So like, Married with Clicks does a live stream every Monday. James does a live stream every Wednesday, I believe. He does it a few times a week, but I'm pretty sure his most consistent is Wednesday. I could be wrong, and I'll be disappointed if I'm wrong. But like the calendar would also have like if WizKids posted their freaking tournaments in more advanced, you could also do specific tournaments like Gen Con, whatever, HeroClix Worlds, HeroClix Nationals. But obviously, you would make the calendar December of the year before, and WizKids doesn't even post that stuff. But at the end of the day, what matters the most is just pictures of content creators for every single month. That's what matters. Yeah. Spitting is gross, but that was phlegm, and I'm not going to apologize for spitting out phlegm. Never going to do that. Yeah, man. When Seth gets on, he's pretty much a regular at this point, Kevin B. Mothman. You know, Jamie's Hulk, right? He loves the Hulk. Let's paint him freaking green and give him like some Hulk hands, you know? I think Daniel Powell really likes Thanos. He does the whole overalls thing. And we could do him as like an overalls Thanos, paint him purple, you know? You have to shave the beard so you can get the chin going on. Aaron Cantu's like an okay guy. I don't know him that well, so I can't speak on his account. Like, his podcast can be a little boring sometimes. No offense. So that's what I also want to do. So at so many conventions I go to, they do cosplay chess, which makes sense. It's easy. There are gridded floors in some places. But like chess is kind of boring. Like it's more interesting now that people are in cosplay and doing it. But literally, people dress up as superheroes or Star Trek or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or like whatever, Lord of the Rings, right? We actually have these characters that can have stats, and that can be like, boom, shoot somebody, instead of just, oh, I'm in your square now. That's chess. Isn't that wacky? No, like, life-size HeroClix would be so freaking dope. You know, I have 1, 2, 3, about 4 costumes. 5, actually, once I get Guy Gardner done, that could work for other people that are HeroClix figures that have been made. Giant dice, right? You could literally just blah, grab the other one, blah, and just toss dice. I mean, I own enough fields. I mean, I have enough land that would work for fields. Like, land we're using in pastures, but obviously we live in South Dakota, in the middle of it, where there's no big airport, so obviously it would be terrible to make people fly out. But it would be great to just, yeah, find a huge field. Or even if it's at a convention center, find a room where they have square tiling, you know? And you can have the actual figures on the side and like click them, you know? Be like, Captain America, move there, throw your shield, and don't throw the shield, obviously, but like throw it and he'll catch it. Or they make shields that shoot little discs out of them, like that would work. Dude, if you want to come out to South Dakota, literally in the middle of the state where there's nothing, just flatness. It's actually not too flat. It's right before it gets really flat, but there's still some hills. Our hills aren't rolling hills. They're bowl hills where it's gonna be flat for a while, and then there's some hills, then flat, and then hills. Like that's it. That's the land we're working with. But it's also an hour, and come on out, man. Come on out. We're here for you. Please, seriously, if you want to come, let's do it. You'd have to fly into Pier, which is an hour away. I mean, if you get a helicopter, I'm not going to stop you. If you want to fly out when I'm working cattle, that would be also awesome because more help the merrier. And I wouldn't have to pay you for your help because it would be the experience for you. That's the great thing about tourists. I'm gonna cut it off. We have a cow that'll come right up to you. Like we have a couple of cows that get food. They'll walk right up to you. You know, you should do it. You should do it. We also have a couple of cows that will try to murder kill you. Yeah. So we've been mostly talking about all sorts of fun stuff. All right. Sorry, Seth. Sorry. But yeah. So I don't never done cow tipping because well they're my cattle. I would never tip my own cattle. But if that's a thing, I've always wondered if people actually do that, like try to tip over these. Like I know their legs are small and they're very top heavy, but I mean that's just kind of rude, isn't it? Whatever. People do. We're at an hour. We've had a great conversation. We've smoothed out almost completely this one piece, and so I'm gonna call that Dunzo. That is our show for the night. I'm gonna go eat some burgers because that's just what's on the next list. Thank you everybody for coming. Hopefully we can try to do it twice a week again, and that's what I want to know. That's terrible, Seth. That's terrible. Good night, everybody. If you're watching this on replay, I love you. See you later. Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, beauty and